3 months ago, my friends and I stumbled upon this competition. It's called the Youth for Causes. This competition, the top prize was $3,000. I mean, that's a lot for a 16-year-old kid. That's a lot of games for a 16-year-old kid. When the competition started, we found out we had to raise funds and awareness for an organization of our choice. We chose Children's Cancer Foundation. However, we went in with a very competitive mindset. We said, yes, we gotta win the $3,000. We gotta win this competition. Get all the games we want. After all, we were just 16 years old. So we laid down our foundations. We decided to organize 2 events. Firstly, we will sell merchandise on the streets, also known as street sales. And secondly, organize a concert. These are just some photos. All these all went pretty well until people started comparing numbers. I mean, how much have you raised? How many street sales have you conducted? How many volunteers have you recruited? And it was as if the act of raising money became more important than the contribution the money could have been used for. All our conversation revolved around just one thing: statistics. It was all about the statistics. And I asked myself this question: why was I doing what I was doing? Was it for the games? Was it for the competition? Was it the 3,000? Was it whatever? If this weren't a competition, would I still be doing this project? And the answer was simple. The answer was, no, I wouldn't. So our team sat down and we discussed. We discussed on 2 objectives we had to achieve. Firstly, learning and self-development. And secondly, benefiting the community genuinely. Having laid down these 2, our team shifted from a competitive mindset all the way to a social mindset. And we were quite satisfied with that. However, people still had doubts. They didn't believe our cause. Joshua, why are you doing this? And yeah, learning and benefiting the community. Oh yeah, right. That kind of thing. And yeah, feeling guilty and kind of embarrassed. Our team still decided to push on and press on. Because this is what we believed. We aligned our values, goals, and motivations. And this not only shaped our entire project, but also allowed us to stand up for what we believed in. Now you may say, theories, all theories, where are the facts? The fact is, we were pretty successful. Raised awareness among more than 100,000 people, raised more than $22,000, about 12 to 13 times the original seed funding. We also recruited 100 volunteers, or maybe more than that, who did community service for more than 3,000 hours. And in the entire process, we benefited over 600 people. Yeah, that's pretty impressive on paper, considering it's about 3 to 4 months in this whole span of the project. But the million-dollar question is, what happens next? What happens when this competition is over? What happens when we leave this experience? Will the benefits leave the beneficiaries as well? This was something to think about. As the saying goes, give a man a fish, you feed him for a day. Teach a man to fish, you feed him for life. That's what we wanted to do. We wanted to teach others to fish. We wanted to groom the next batch of social entrepreneurs. And in 3 ways. Firstly, we wanted them to better what we had already achieved. Better organize, better ideas to benefit the community. Secondly, to allow them to learn from our mistakes and not to repeat them. This is so to cut their learning curve. And lastly, but most importantly, to build a sustainable framework and environment. This is so because generation after generation, year after year, this sense of community service can still be kept intact. So, 2 things I've learned from this project. Firstly, it is not a competition. A social cause is a social cause. A social cause is not a competition. It's not about one comparing how much he has done to another. It's about one doing something to benefit another. And secondly, a social cause has to be sustainable. A social cause is to benefit an individual or a group. And by building a sustainable environment, a sustainable framework, it not only allows this help rendered to be prolonged, it also allows ourselves to develop and the younger generation to grow. This is what our project's all about. And with this, thank you and have a great day.
Thank you very much, Joshua.